Hey, what's going on? Welcome to September's vlog. If you're new with us, each month the coaches and I rotate through sharing topics that are near and dear to our heart and relevant, hopefully, to you guys. So today I wanted to talk about taking ownership for your life and as it relates to health and wellness and your fitness. So there's three areas that I wanted to focus in on. One being your physical health, obviously what happens here in the gym, different stuff regarding your nutritional habits and whatnot. Second, emotional health, and then lastly, spiritual health. So one of the books that's actually been foundational for me in the early years of building this business is a book by Rod Hairston called Are You Up for the Challenge? A great book. I'll include that for you guys at the end so that you can snag a copy of that if you're interested. But in this book, Rod talks about what you focus on, you find. And I think that's really important for us today as we're all seeking to get better in our health and fitness, chase performance goals, chase aesthetic goals, fat loss goals, you name it, right? What we focus on, we end up finding. And so if you're someone who needs a goal, needs a deadline, needs something to focus on that helps shape what you're going to focus on, it helps you adhere to behavioral modifications that are going to then help you eventually meet your goal and succeed. Vice versa, if you're focusing on negative things, you're focusing on the glass being half empty, you're going to find poor outcomes as well. And so this idea of what you're focusing on and what you're really envisioning for your life, those are the things that you're gonna find in your life. And so I think that's really important, kind of kicking this off. So for physical health, obviously your workout habits, your workout attendance, these are things that are pivotal to meeting the goals that you guys have said that you want to accomplish. Performance goals, fat loss goals, whatever is most important to you, those things need to be clarified and they need to be very specific. Your nutritional habits, what are you feeding your body every day and how is it making you feel? If you're not very clear about what these goals are, why you're showing up week in and week out to journey, you're going to struggle to a certain extent. Each year, right, we have different events that are on the calendar. We have our fat loss goal or fat loss challenge. We have fundraiser events, we have pool parties and different get-togethers. Obviously there's opportunities to connect with people, but throughout the majority of the year, your individual pursuit of your own goals is predominantly what's going to be at play. Now you guys show up to group workouts and you focus on things together, you suffer together, and there's camaraderie in that, and yet each of you has your own life to live, and you go back home and you focus on the things that are best for you and the way that you need to eat and your stress management and all the things that take away your time throughout the day. That is you, and those are your goals and your priorities, right? And so it first starts with your habits. If you're not clarifying what is most important to you, what you really want, then a lot of this is a waste of time. If you're not very clear on what you want and what you're willing to do to get there, then we need to really focus in on that, and you need to get some stuff written down on paper. Secondly is emotional health. This is your stress, your fear, your worry, any anxiety or depression that you might be struggling with. These are things that take away from your physical health. If you're emotionally going through some stuff, your physical health will suffer. It is impossible to dissociate both of those things at the same time. They both affect each other, and they both should be considered when taking into consideration, what you're doing in the gym, how hard you're working out. If you're emotionally tapped out and you're trying to redline every workout, you're going to get hurt. You're going to suffer in terms of your performance. So this is massively important that you guys understand how big of a deal your emotional well-being is. And I heard this analogy the other day. It says, a boat doesn't sink because of the water around it. A boat sinks because the water that gets into the boat. And so you control what you let in. right? You control the people that you're surrounded by. You control the environment that you're subjected to. Some of it's out of your control. Your work environment may be completely out of your control, but you control what is said to you to a certain extent in relationship with others, right? The media, the social media, the music, the movies, all the things that you let in and kind of shape who you are and what you think about and how you think, those are things that are in our control. And so taking into consideration what those things are and how they might be impacting your life is very important. And lastly, your spiritual health. This isn't talked about much. Definitely in the gym, it's not something that we're inclined to dive into first, right? This isn't church. Some of you guys might think that. Not shy about where I stand with my faith. Most of you guys know that. But at the end of the day, we're here to help you guys in your physical health, but your spiritual health is a factor. I do believe that your physical, your spiritual, and your emotional health are all intertwined. We can't get rid of one without the others being affected. And so more of the point here is to say that some of you guys might be struggling with different things and you're longing for more. You're chasing things of this earth and you feel like, man, I'm chasing money, I'm chasing my career, I'm chasing this relationship, and my identity is rooted in X, Y, and Z, and those things continue to fail you because human beings will fail you. You might get let go of your job no matter how good you are at it, right? Companies are closing left and right due to COVID. Some of this stuff just happens and it's part of life. And yet if your full identity and your affirmations are all built around things that will fail you, it's going to be a painful life. And so my encouragement to you is to seek things that are eternal and to consider the magnitude of something inside you that you really can't explain, that your spiritual health and your soul health does play a factor in your physical well-being, right? A spirit that is tired and worn down will physically manifest itself in powerful ways. And so if there's someone that you know and respect and feel comfortable talking to that person about that, by all means, reach out to that person, get the counsel and the help, and just be open and vulnerable with the things that you're struggling with. The beauty of journey training is that everyone's in a different place in their journey, right? We have some people who are extremely fit, extremely capable, and we have people who are struggling physically and are very incapable of doing a lot of the things that we program in here, and yet we all want the same thing. We all want to be healthy, we want to look and feel good, and we want to be proud of the things that we're working towards. And so we're all in this together. Many of us are just at different places in the journey, whether we're further behind or further ahead. It does not matter. There's a lot of great people here. We all support each other and we all want what's best. And so homework I have for you guys to wrap this up is to write down what's most important to you right now and the small changes that you plan to make. If you're not sure where you're at with your goals, if you're not sure what's important to you, jot some stuff down. Think really hard about why you're here at Journey. What are you pursuing? Are they performance goals? Are they aesthetic goals? Are they lifestyle habit goals? Things that you want to shift in your lifestyle that are going to make massive changes. And then after you've written those down, share those with somebody. Some of you guys are close to the people that you work out with. Some of you guys have social circles and networks that are predominantly outside of the gym. Share with your friends. Let them know what's important to you. And then ask people, or tell people how they can be supporting you. And if someone asks you what you want accountability for, if you share that with a coach, expect us to follow up on that. We want to help you guys. We want to support you guys. But this idea of clarity and taking ownership for all areas of your life, right? Avoiding the excuses that you're too busy or you're too tired or you have too much on your plate, right? We all are busy. We all have a lot going on in our lives, and yet some of the busiest people on this planet make time for the most important things. Think about that. CEOs and VPs and presidents of companies and people who have insanely busy schedules oftentimes are the most productive people because they have clarified what's most important to them and they get that stuff done daily because they've made it a point to write it down and to have others hold them accountable. So that's my suggestion for you guys. That's my encouragement, to write this stuff down, to be very, very clear about what's important to you, to seek the help, seek the support. Don't be shy. Don't think that you're alone. We're all in this together, and we want to support each other. But the minute that you start taking ownership for your health and your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being, I can guarantee you you're on the way to making significant progress in your life. Thanks. God bless.